him. Kids edition.
Yes. Trump gives sobering stats to a bunch of little brats. On Tuesday, he welcomed children to the Oval Office, where he announced the revival of the presidential physical fitness test. He also reminded them we have to make a journey down to Iran to take the nuclear weapon.
We have to make a journey down to Iran to take the nuclear weapon. They would have had a nuclear weapon within 2 weeks. Remember, we sent that beautiful B-2 bomber in, and we blew up their nuclear potential. It was obliterated. So we would have had an Iran with a nuclear weapon, and maybe we wouldn't all be here right now.
Wow. Way to lighten the mood, Mr. P. It wasn't all doom and gloom, though. Look at you. He's a big guy.
Look at this guy. He's a big guy.
See, I'm doing football right now, and next year I'm going to be trying to do powerlifting.
Oh, whoa.
Yes,
All right, let's go.
Whoa.
That's awesome.
And you'll never compete against women in powerlifting.
No, sir.
Did you see that they had a man powerlifter? And he decided to go the opposite direction. He took a record, stood for 18 years. He beat it by 119 pounds. Okay? They put the little quarter of an ounce. And for 18 years it stood. This guy came, he was a failed powerlifter. But he went on the other side and he decided that he wanted to go into women's sports, and he broke the record by 118 pounds. Think that's fair? So I don't think we'll have to worry about you.
Yes, sir.
But are you a strong person?
Are you a strong person?
Yes, sir.
Good. You think you can take me in a fight? Hey, that would be embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Finally, what sport do you play?
What sport do you play?
I play volleyball, and in the summer I'm trying to get into soccer.
Wow. Wow. And with your height, do you smash the ball of the volleyball? You get up high. Can you jump high?
Not very.
Soccer might be better.
Dropping some brutal truths. I don't think they expected that, Heather. You got to admit, he has a way with children, but he refuses to talk down to them. He was talking to them like they knew about blowing up countries.
What? You don't have to compete against women, though, kids. So you're okay. You don't have to worry about it as a man. And then he said, could you take me? Do you think you could beat me up? Like the poor kid's like probably about to pee his pants. He said, what? The president's asking me if I could beat him up. But this is why the American public love him. He's not scripted, right? He's totally authentic. That's why these clips go viral. The elites, the crazy elites don't know what to do because they can't relate to the everyday American. Trump does that so well. And no matter what it's about, he's just himself. And that's why his supporters love him.
Yeah, those kids, yeah. Wasn't it nice, Kat, that he kind of like gave that woman some advice on her sports choices? You know, maybe volleyball isn't it for you.
If someone would have told me that, it would have saved me so much time.
Yeah.
I know. I did volleyball camp, volleyball tryouts, and I never made the team except like in the 8th grade. they let me be on the 7th grade team. Mm-hmm. And then they would swap me out before it was time to serve because I couldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, like, can we shoot this arm quickly? Like this.
Yeah.
This is not a volleyball player's arm. If somebody would have just said, this is my muscle. Overhand serve, not for me.
You should have they should have pushed you in the direction of tetherball.
They should have pushed me in the direction of nothing athletic. They should have said, go home and read an encyclopedia.
Tyrus, it was pretty funny when he brought up the trans stuff.
The only thing was missing is if he would have been like, hey, you ever been in a Turkish prison?
Yeah.
Ever seen a grown man naked? I mean, it was like, I thought I was watching Airplane. I love the fact that he he has a way, and I've seen this in real life when he's talked to my daughter about jumping horses and stuff. And his first question is always the same: "Are you any good?"
Yes.
And if you're not, and you tell me you're good, I'll find out. I have people.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And then literally, and then the next time he sees her, you know what? I saw some of your videotapes. You're a pretty good rider. You're going to keep doing it professionally. Like, he's actually talks to them with interest. And I think that's what we're all laughing, because we're so used to the worst talk in the world is like, how are you, big guy?
Yeah.
You play sports, or worse, they try to smell your hair and so, I mean, it's kind of nice that the president has a conversation. At no time adult was like, whoa, we're done here. We're done here. So it was nice to see just talking to him like normal people, although I guarantee you on that car ride home, the kids were like, Iran?
Are we going to die?
Yeah, but it's refreshing and scary at the same time.
But you know what, though? This is a different kind of thing than what Democrats do with kids, which is they literally scare the hell out of you. There was all of this research that said kids were so depressed and frightened because of climate change, because they were told every day the planet was over, the planet was over, the planet. He has a way of talking to kids about life that doesn't really scare them. It just informs them.
Yeah, it's the same Trump gear. He talks to little kids the same way he talks to grown-up Democrats.
Yeah.
Right? He explains it the same way. Iran was trying to get a nuclear bomb, but we stopped them. They were 2 weeks away. He could say that to anybody.
Yeah.
That could be the State of the Union. He could be standing on the White House balcony with the Easter Bunny. That was my favorite.
Yeah.
He was literally out there with the Easter Bunny talking to little kids looking for Easter eggs. All right, so with Iran, we're going to come in hot.
Yes.
They're never going to see us. We're going to bomb them from the skies. We got planes. They're like Batman planes. They'll never see them coming. Children, they keep nominating a new supreme leader, but don't worry, we kill them. As soon as they nominate a new supreme leader, we find them and kill them. Knock, knock, who's there? Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth and some Batman planes.
You know what it is that when he talks to them, it's always victorious. There's a happy ending. Not for the Iranian people, but there's a happy ending. And his stories, it's never the world's over.
Yeah, exactly. All right, up.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.